You loosen up, Nisha. What you need to do is you need to get drunk for these videos. Then you have to drive home. Just like, I'm drunk, I'm famous, who gives a fuck? A wise man once said, if you really want to see how many people care about you and how many people would miss you if you're gone, stop paying your bills. Back in 2003, a British illusionist called Derren Brown did something similar when he asked how many people in the British public would be willing to help him potentially commit suicide, and 12,000 people stepped up. He's not really famous in America, I don't think. He's done American tours and American shows, but he's mostly famous over in the UK, and he's an illusionist, best known for combining like psychoanalysis, misdirection, and suggestion to just troll the shit out of people. And he's done a load of stuff over the years that always gets him like, you know, big column news. Like he always gets like that front page thing for his latest fucking stunt. And I think the one that always sticks out to me is when he predicted the lottery numbers live on TV. And he never, like, we should point out, well, how much of what he does is a trick and how much of it is actually just like him using his mind to do this thing is never really established, because he predicted the lottery numbers live on air. And I remember like he did a post interview where people were asking like, so what's the weirdest theories you've seen about how you did it? My favourite one is that someone said I did it with lasers. Someone assumed that he was like using lasers to just like carve the numbers into the balls as he turned them round. Because at that point, doesn't it make just as much sense that I've predicted the lottery numbers right?
I think that, yeah, using his mind, maybe being more psychic is more believable than lasers.
Using lasers to carve the numbers into the balls live on air. Like, what's your favourite thing that he's done to, like, you know, mess with someone's head?
I remember when I saw him live.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah.
He did this thing where he got the audience to shout out like random things, like it would be a name, an object, a scenario.
And then they do a hoedown song. Like, well, whose line is it anyway? He just starts singing a hoedown.
Well, kind of, because like he made the audience basically make a story. He revealed at the end of it, like this piece of paper he had like screwed up in his pocket.
And it had,
that story written on it with everything perfectly.
That's one of those things. If I saw someone do it, I'd be like, fuck off. No, I would leave the room if someone did that to me. So do you know when you see people like, is it Dynamo when he was a big thing? Yeah. And he show people magic tricks and they just stand up and leave the room. There's a good one, it's like Chris Pratt knows a card trick, which like it pretends to mess it up. And I think he did it to Jennifer Lawrence on TV once. And she just goes, get out. No, you're a wizard. I don't like this. There's something about like people pulling off magic tricks just in front of you that really annoys me. It's like, I know there's a trick. And the fact that I know that you know that I know is why you're doing this. And it's really fucking annoying. So when David Copperfield makes the Statue of Liberty disappear, you know there's a trick there because there's no fucking way he did that. It's obviously, but when you see a guy just go, here's a deck of cards, shuffle it, and then he hands it back and he pulls out a card and goes, okay, say any random card, and you say it, and then you flips it over. That blows my fucking mind. It's so simple, and that's why it works. It reminds me a lot. Did you ever hear about back in the 80s, the guy who like told everyone he was telekinetic? He told everyone he was telekinetic, and it turns out he was just blowing really hard. And I'm not kidding. You can look up videos, and he said like, I'm magic because I can move a pencil across a desk with my mind. And it turns out what he was doing is he's going like, and he's blowing the pencil with his mouth. And a guy, I think it's the Amazing Randy might have done this one, James Randy, figured out how he did it and learned the technique himself and then showed him on live TV. And you see the guy just go, and I think the way the magician who like debunked it said it's like, if someone walked into a room and said, I've got psychic powers, and they made like a pint glass dance across the table and do a loop and fly out the window, you'd go, that's obviously a trick, that's bullshit. If he comes in, so they've got psychic powers, stares at a pencil for 10 minutes and it moves 1 inch, that's going to blow your fucking mind. And I just think it's great because that video, you see the guy watch someone do, like, he doesn't know that anyone knows it's a trick. So at that moment, he's seeing someone, what he thinks with genuine psychic powers. And I think the way they debunked it is they just threw a load of like polystyrene balls on like a pencil and said, okay, move it now. And obviously he can't see you were blowing on it. And he goes, oh no, the polystyrene's interfering with my psychic powers. So who knew? You can packing peanuts can protect you from Professor X. That'd be a very different Magneto, wouldn't it? Just like sellotaping fucking polystyrene around his head. Just wearing like a Lord Business style helmet from the packing peanuts that you get. Like Joey Tribbiani in Friends, when he puts the packing peanuts around his head and gets punched in the head. Who knew? The fun fact for folks at home, psychic powers interrupted by packing peanuts and polystyrene balls.
So what's this thing about him almost committed suicide on TV?
Do you not remember that? It was the stunt he did where he said, I'm going to play Russian roulette live on air with a real gun. and I'm going to get a member of the public to load the gun, and then I'm going to use a combination of my amazing abilities for suggestion and mind reading and the ability to judge body language to not shoot myself in the head. And you can put the clip in of the very final bit where he just sits with a gun for about 5 minutes, pulls the trigger next to his head 5 times, and then shoots a sandbag. Ooh. When I think after the fact they revealed the actual bullet in the gun was a blank, which doesn't really make a difference because, fun fact, if you put a blank right next to your head and pull the trigger, you'll blow your fucking head off. Because that's what happened to Brandon Lee. That's how Brandon Lee died on the set of The Crow. The shit in the blank hit him and killed him. So that makes it, you might as well use a real bullet. It's still done exactly the same effect. Darren Brown's never revealed how much of it was a trick and how much of it was just suggestion on his part. And here's the fun part though, because obviously when you're going to do a stunt like this, the whole draw is it's a member of the public loading the gun, and they customise the revolver they use so you can't see where the bullet is. And he put out an open call saying, okay, who out there wants to help me maybe shoot myself in the head? And he got 12,000 people respond. What's worse, if one person responds or 12,000 people respond? Because one person responding means that person really wants to shoot you in the head. But 12,000 people responding means that 12,000 people really want to shoot you in the head. I can't decide what's worse.
Definitely 12,000 people.
Just 12,000 people eagerly stepping away. Yeah, I don't mind being an accessory to basically getting charged with manslaughter if this all goes wrong. And I remember reading that when it was happening, because obviously most of the episode is just a static shot of him sat on camera with a gun next to his head. People called the police when they saw it on TV, thinking it was some bizarre hostage-taking scenario, and he got in a load of trouble for it. It's have you any idea how many old dears at home watched channel flicking, saw a man with a gun to his head on TV, and thought it was a hostage scenario? God damn it, Darren. And I bet as well they arrested him, and 10 minutes later, he walked out of prison and no one knew why. Because do you think you could arrest Darren Brown? He'd just walk in, it's you're arrested now. He's, no, I'm not. Okay. I served my time. He'd be like that guy from Little Britain. Do you know the magician? Look in my eyes, around there. You're under. It'd be that. And he's you don't let me go? Okay. And I'd believe him. If Darren Brown come up to me and said, you owe me a tenner, I'd believe him. I'd hand it over. Straight away. No questions asked. Obviously, Darren, here you go. Here's my wallet. Just give it back when you can. I already did. Oh, thank you, Darren.
What happened?
Well, Darren obviously survived. He didn't blow his own brains out on live TV because, you know what, that'd be a very different article and it'd probably get demonetised. It's really hilarious to me that it's this is something he did 12 years ago, and the stuff he's done since then is even more balls out insane. You'd think putting a gun to your head on live TV would be the pinnacle of anyone's fucking career as a magician or an illusionist. It's no, he went on to convince a guy the world had ended. No, he did that. He also convinced someone else that the plane they were on was going to crash. He turned a group of old people into high-end art thieves. He made a guy nearly stomp his own foot through a knife, I think, on stage once. You said you watched him make someone eat glass live on stage in a live show. And yeah, just for Americans watching who might not know who this guy is, that's what reality TV is over here. So suck it all the shit you've got, because we get just this bald-headed magic man who just convinces people to commit crimes. He's basically a supervillain. So one aspect of Darren Brown's career we've not really talked about much is the fact that he's really into debunking mediums and things like that. So in that vein, do you have any favourite mediums or shows of that ilk that were your guilty pleasure for a while? Because I'm going to throw out a Derek Okora.
I was literally going to say that.
Again, Americans might not know who the fuck he is. And he was one of the people, I speak to ghosts. And he had the most spectacular fall from grace I have ever seen. Because he got his arsehole blown out live in front of a crowd. Because a group of people went in and went, we're just going to fucking troll him. And he's like, is anyone out there got a dead relative? And some guy's like, yeah, me. All right, sir. So who is it? It's my dad. Yes, no, I'm sensing something now. Is it a D, or whatever the fuck, doing the cold rings? Yeah, that's it. And he got all the way to the end of oh yeah, your dad tells me that he loves you and he wants you to carry on with your life. And they go, actually no, Derek, I just remembered, my dad's right here. Live on stage. And then obviously for the rest of the show, every single person's okay, who else wants to contact? Oh, my auntie. Is she dead? No. And he just completely just got, and he's still to this day, he still does appearances. People still believe it's real. I remember a friend of mine for his stag do almost got him to make an appearance because he wrote to his publicist and said, would Derek Okura like to come to my stag do? And he almost did, but he turned it down at the last second because he found out they were going to a strip club. Oh man, have you got any like shows like that you watched as a kid that like, it could be real? I used to watch a lot of those like UFO shows. Did you see a story recently about the world's foremost UFO hunter died? And the headline was like, most famous UFO hunter on Earth dies without seeing UFO. It's like, oh, you've literally wasted your entire fucking life, mate. Oh.
I know it's probably going back to like, because Derek Okura was on Most Haunted, wasn't it?
Yes.
Clips I saw of him was when he was possessed.
Oh, they're the best one. You've got to put a clip in of Derek possessed. Like the one where he just goes, oh! He's like, just, why are you being Matt Berry? Why are you doing that on live TV? I want those shows to just fucking go for it. I want them to just like bollocks to it. We're gonna get a guy in a Halloween ghost costume. I want to see a sheet ghost with eye holes cut in it in the back of a frame and have the people go, it's a ghost, and see if people still believe it. Because you've got people who say, I can talk to ghosts, I'm a medium, I can talk to your dead relatives, getting like balls exposed on stream. Like there is actual footage of them failing and people still believe it. So I want to know, how much could you push it? Could you get a guy in the background with like a sign on his chest just saying ghost and have people believe that he is a ghost? Oh, my mum's like super into it, man. It's crazy. She loves it. And she watches these videos too. Hi, Mum. Sorry for shitting all over, like, because I know I'll go home now. She goes, Karl, ghosts are real. Ghosts are, yeah, I know, Mum, ghosts are real. Also, like, you know, Shamar Moore from Criminal Minds is dreamy. I know, it's fine. She got annoyed about that. Do you know when we talked about, like, you know, handsome guys? She got annoyed, like, so you know what you can do at the end? Just put in a nice big picture of Shamar Moore right there from Criminal Minds for my mum. This one's for you. Shamar Moore, but put on his chest, instead of, like, saying, like, FBI or whatever, it's got to say ghost. I'm a ghost.